The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Welcome to Sunset City, a Sonic podcast for the modern and classic age. Today you have me, Nick, and next to me you have a giant pile of phlegm known as Suris.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm definitely not sick right now.
And my little gentleman, Channel Pup.
Hey, buddy.
And, oh no, the screen's confusing me again. I feel like I'm the only one talking on there. Am I looking at a screenshot again?
You're not looking at a screenshot. You're fine, Nick. Just go. You're fine. You're good.
It's cool. I'll introduce the guest. Is that the smell of Wayne decomposing? No, it's the smell of a Jeffrey Six degenerate fucking Timmy Turner recolor. Everyone say hello to LS Mark.
Jesus Christ, sound like that was brewing for a while. What's going on here? I don't know about it.
Wait, hold on, Pup. I have a question. As we get into this, I have to know, Pup, did you plan on this being a podcast episode, or did you plan on this being like a WWE ripoff where you just have like 10 years of beef to tell to the audience?
Is not every episode of this some form of WWE with some form of beef regarding Sonic?
Okay, take the F off and you've got
This
it.
guy, Channel Pup, commented on my video a couple of years ago, getting me to not like and quitting reviews, and I've been holding a grudge ever since.
Oh,
yeah, we
dear.
have quite a history, like, because I'm very protective of my buddy Quentin, and at the time, like, Quentin was involved in some controversy, and Mark does a video, and I was just like, hey, shut the fuck up, pal, you small dick little prick, and stuff.
That's
like
the thing.
that.
I didn't even.
What
You
the
messaged me on. I got a message one day from Channel Pup, like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I left a comment on your Quentin video, and I know I was really harsh, and I was like, what the fuck? What comment? I didn't know you even made it until you told me you did.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
I did say
God.
you've probably forgotten about this, to be fair.
God, now I'm getting major freaking M. Bison vibes from the Street Fighter movie. For you, this was the most significant day in your life. For me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah, no, us two, though, we hate each other, don't we, Mark?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
This guy saw Jeffrey
we're-
6 and thought, well, I can do the Steam thing. Don't act like I
did
don't.
not create. This podcast was Nick's idea, I'll have you know.
You know that's not actually a defense, right? That's a goalpost move.
Well, you know, but they deflect on Nick, okay? Fucking hell.
I'm just trying to be the adult in the room. What the fuck? I didn't know any of this. Jesus Christ. Well, Mark was great.
And then we get into Sonic Omens.
Oh my
Yes!
Bad omens for the
And-
podcast.
Oh my god.
We got quite a disagreement initially.
Well, I mean, we did our quick follow-up episode, but I actually reached out to Mark because he is the well-known photographer of Splash Dash. So I was like, hey, just let your good friend know that we did talk about his video quite a bit, but we're not trying to talk shit. And Mark's like, hey, ain't phased, man. Don't worry about it. I can go on the podcast
no
if you want.
way. You know Splash Dash? He's a shit YouTuber, isn't he, Mark? Come on, man.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Can I check on there?
You guys are European. I think it's okay. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good.
I've been.
Yeah, we're not very fragile comparatively. I mean, I'm not anyway. You okay over there, Mark?
No, you really hurt my feelings today.
Well, I'm not sorry because I'm European.
I also don't know if that's a defense.
All right.
Well, speaking of a peon,
Yeah. Anyway, we didn't really have a battle plan as far as this episode was concerned. We were just really excited to have Mark on, and I reached out to the audience to ask questions for him, and I kind of figured we would just have conversations roll out from there.
You say we don't really have a battle plan, but we were going to do a video on the top 10 hottest female Sonic characters, but these two didn't think it would be very appropriate for our special guest star
Wait,
over here, and wanted to
that's-
quote unquote.
You think
bring
I
out the
wouldn't be down
fine
for that?
China. Exactly.
that wasn't okay. Okay, Pup. You know what, Pup? I have a question. Are there any bees around you?
No.
Okay,
Sadly
there
not.
should be, so that they can put some rings in front of you so you can fuck the hell off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I mean, I have rings give me energy, so if you really want me to be more energetic,
I do, just in a different direction.
piece of shit.
Let's have our actual guest chat with us for a minute now, if you guys don't mind. Mark, how are you doing today, man?
Doing all good. Just doing some work on a nice Friday evening. How about you guys?
No, it's a Friday midday for me, so I'm doing pretty okay.
I'm just doing more work than you are on a Friday evening, Mark.
I've got 2 hours until I get stabbed with the second COVID vaccine, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think mine's later today too.
Sweet, we can be suffer buddies.
That'd be great.
I'm not immune yet. I'm gonna get infected.
Well, okay. That's great. But yeah, anyway, let's just get straight to the questions here, because I am curious actually quite a bit about your opinions on a lot of these stuff, and people had some good questions for us. So let's just kick things off. Hyper Mecha Dash Attack asked Mark, well, actually to any of us, do you prefer the SA1 or SA2 version of character themes more?
I guess I'll go ahead and take this one. I prefer the SA2 version of practically every character's theme way more.
I guess for the most part SA1, but I think Knuckles has the better theme music in SA2.
I'm kind of whatever on it either way. I'd say 2 probably. I've notoriously said I don't really like a lot of spoken word.
I was about to say, Nick, you
Video
literally
game music.
I was about to say, you literally complain about people singing all the time, whether it's in music or whether it's in real life.
I don't like them singing. It's obnoxious. I would say, I don't know, I think there's just better rhythm to a lot of the SA2 character themes. I think I like the soundtrack to SA1 more overall, but I mean, I think SA2 kind of lives and dies by their character themes because it carries that thematic tone throughout those levels for those characters. I think they really stand on their own a lot better than all the cat shaving weird shit from Amy's business from SA1.
That was so strange.
How about you, Mark?
I'm in agreement. I think the SA2 ones are all better. I like Teal's theme more in SA1, I would say. But
I agree.
no disagreements here.
I can't remember
For
what
once.
his I can't remember what his 2 is.
Tails in SA1, his theme is really similar to like Bridge Zone from the Sega Game Gear version of Sonic 1.
I've never noticed that connection. I'll have to take a
Well,
listen to that.
go listen to it tonight before you go to bed.
Sure. There we
Well,
go.
it'll be great comfort.
Yeah, just that little post jack off musical comfort.
I feel like there's a moment every single time you say something, Pup. And this is actually not said in like anger or anything. I think there's a moment where like Nick just has to buffer. Like there's actual
Yeah.
I think there's actual brain lag where he has to kind of
Well,
internalize
that's-
what's been said for a second.
That's
I
what
still haven't
happens
figured
when,
out like how far I want to take my sense of humor because I still like it's a Sonic podcast and I know I can make like because my brain was thinking like I think I could make a joke combining all the dinners and breakfasts that hobbits have with the amount of times I have to masturbate during the day kind of thing. Because like I don't know if I want to do that.
But you just did,
So,
so it's a bit late for
there
that.
There goes the quote unquote good China for our guest here. Mark, you
Yeah.
enjoying this? You enjoying hearing about how much Nick jacks off?
I'm just sitting here. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I thought this was a family-friendly Sonic podcast. I was coming in here ready to chat about my
Well,
favorite hedgehog, and then
You clearly haven't listened to the previous episodes, you fake fan.
Oh my
Swear to
god.
I'm not
God.
gonna listen to a podcast where my good friend's name is besmirched.
All right.
And suddenly we're
Okay.
here.
Well, yeah. Let's get to the next question. Pup,
Sure
I think
thing.
It's your turn.
No,
Or
this
is it
one's,
Suris?
this
No,
one's
Suris.
mine. Lalak asks, "Hey, Mark, what's the LS in your channel name supposed to mean?"
None of your business.
There you go.
Nobody knows. Nobody. I'm never saying it. It's okay. So I tell the story all the time. So I was in high school. I was very young. I think I was like 12 or 13, and my friends were all making Minecraft channels, and they were like, "Oh, we're called the Immortal Clan." You know, we're all making YouTube channels with the word like immortal and like your name. So that's why if you look at my channel URL right now, it says Immortal Resurrection because that was my name, and I can't change it. YouTube won't let me. And then there was like a falling out, the big breakup of the century, and then they were like, okay, we're making a new one, and this is the LS clan. So it is, and then we're all gonna make a channel, and then it fucking fell apart immediately. I was the only one who did it, so now I'm stuck with it.
So
And it stands for something, but no one's fucking known because I was 12 years old.
so it's
can still
literally a
change
clan
that.
tag.
Yes, exactly.
I loved somebody was I wish we put it in the piss here, but somebody was like, what does the mark in LS Mark stand for? And I just it gave me the chuckle.
I think there could have been 1,000 great answers to that. I will say this though, there is a very easy way to get your channel name changed. And here, you just do the same thing I did, Mark. Get your channel stolen by a fake sponsorship, and then when YouTube reinstates your channel, they have to let you change your URL. Don't
Dude,
actually do that.
I was watching that documentary today, and I heard you talking about that, and then you were like, "Oh, here's like screenshots," and it was like Filmora Wondershare or something like that. And I was like,
Well,
"Oh,
that
fuck,
was
I just did
actually
a
my
sponsorship
one,
for them.
yeah.
What am I gonna
He
do?"
had
Oh,
someone
that was
else.
okay.
Yeah, no, but
Well,
like
that's
when
good.
I saw your Filmora Wondershare video in your what was it, Mitchell's versus Machines video, I was like, oh god, fucking Nam flashbacks right now. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. You
Yeah, I hope
dickhead.
that they don't
Next
fucking kill
time,
me because I had to fucking re-upload that video without the ad because they're being.
yeah, no.
I'm not even sponsored by them anymore, so I'm just gonna say it. They're fucking assholes. Fuck you,
Oh, shit.
Filmora. They wouldn't approve my fucking thing. They were like, "You didn't say the thing was free to try. You said it was free." And I said, I timestamped it and said, right here, I clearly said the ad is the editing software is free to try. And they were like, "No, don't care. Redo it." And I was like, "The video's fucking up. What do you want me to do?" So
Was that why it
I
was
just
taken
said,
down?
yeah, I
Oh my
so I
god.
went to the YouTube editor to remove the ad, and the YouTube editor is fucking shit. And instead of removing everything but the ad, it removed everything but the ad. So it was like a 1 minute long video of just
Oh
a
yeah,
Filmora ad. So I was
because
like, fuck.
when you use the YouTube
Yeah.
editor, you can only snip off the ends. You can't actually like get into the middle of something and yank it out.
you can. Yeah,
you can? When did they change
You
that?
can, but it's
haven't,
like a
I've just-
really
You just
dumb
gotta
way
get
of
good at
doing it.
Just gotta get
No,
good,
see,
Suris.
yeah, I was watching a video that was like how to remove the middle of the ad, and I did it. And then after they finished doing it, they were like, "Okay, that's how you get the start and back of it off. Now I will show you how to do the middle." And I was like, "Fuck! I just saved this shit." And
It's a bit late for
I
that.
just had to unlist it. So thankfully they have a fucking revert back to original option.
What a fucking moron. Well,
Yeah, so
we've
you
got
caused a lot of stressful Mora.
we've got a question here from Janks. He asks to Mark, Izuka has stepped down from his leadership role at Sonic Team. Don't get excited, it's just a hypothetical. And for inexplicable reasons, you are now the director of Sonic Team for the foreseeable future. What is the first thing you do? Aside from fuck it up, of course.
Sonic Adventure 3, just to recoup losses. That would be a moneymaker. If we're thinking strategically, that's what I would do. I guess I would just try to. I would probably have a soft reboot for the series that reestablishes, like the setting, the characters, and no matter what the reception to it is, I'm not fucking changing it like he does on a fucking whim based on whatever IGN reviewers talking that week. Yeah, I just want things to be consistent. Is my main issue with Sonic right now. Also, good games, but like I care more.
No, but you're right. Like at this point, like we have so many fans that are just. I mean, I'm not as focused on the story as a lot of other people, but at the same time, like we've talked millions of times now, they really, if they're gonna have their cake and eat it too, then they need to establish this world. Simple as that. They really want to rein it all in and say the Freedom Fighters don't count or Archie doesn't count or any of this other stuff. Then they need to do the adventure route again, where they say, "All right, we're bringing it all in. This is what this world is, and we're establishing the rules." And
Or
yeah.
at the very least, fucking have a thing in where it's like, yeah, every Sonic game is its own continuity. Because I've heard that rumor as well. That's what they do, or that's how they see it. But
The
it's
fucking
never stated
Zelda
anywhere.
shit.
But
Yeah, it's like, go on.
I was gonna say if they're gonna do that, then they shouldn't have plot threads that connect back to older games ever. Oh, every Sonic game is its own continuity. Neo Metal Sonic, well, he can't be Neo Metal Sonic because CD is its own continuity, and so he can't really be a thing. And I guess Metal coming back and Forces, that really has no impact because, well, this is his own continuity, and well, he never really exists in previous games because previous games don't exist.
Yeah,
So-
it's a really dumb. That's what I've heard. I've heard it from a semi-official source, but I don't know how much intel they were actually given, or if they were just making assumptions. But
I would
uh,
assume that's
yeah,
just kind
guys,
of like just trying to get fans to shut up. Like, we're just making games as they come out. Stop taking the shit so seriously. I assume that's like the Sega official response, or the one they actually want to give people.
You
Because
guys
most
are so
likely tired
unambitious.
in interviews.
You know what I would go for if I was in charge of Sonic Team for a day? First thing I'd do?
Buzz.
B rings. Yeah, just, as a little fuck you to everyone that didn't believe in B theory.
You mean everybody then?
what is beef theory?
Oh no!
We're not
We
getting
gotta
into that.
reintroduce B theory.
No, we don't.
No.
Basically, the theory is that rings are made by helper bees that fly around in circles and produce magic rings out of their little bee buttholes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the B theory. That's where the rings come from.
Yeah. So, there are more questions.
Dickhead.
Well, actually,
you are actually supposed to ask the next question, Mark. See, big
Oh, me?
responsibility.
Fuck,
Think you
get
can
this
handle
up.
it?
Fuck.
this
Okay.
is where we realize
Um,
he never clicked the link. Woo!
This is your time to
Yeah, I got
shine,
it.
man. Bet you never felt so famous, huh?
What?
All right, yeah, I'm on the Sunset City podcast. This is my career peak. All right, so to any of you, our dude, I'm a Reptoid asks, what's your favorite final boss theme in the Sonic series?
Good job, Mark. You did
I
great.
did it.
Who wants to go first then?
Can I just be really, really basic? I still love Live and Learn from SA2. I'm sorry.
Oh, of
I
course.
can't
You do.
think of so the only thing that I think would top it for me for all the Sonic games would be if the Open Your Heart and the second stage Perfect Chaos theme in SA1 had actually been flipped so that it was like the victorious music at the end, not at the beginning. Then
Yeah, I never understood that. That was weird
Yeah, I
as
can
hell.
agree with that.
yeah,
It
like
was the first time they did it, though, wasn't it? Like, think about it.
It was, but narrative through lines aren't new. And
Oh yeah, sure. Save it for the remaster is all I'm saying.
oh yeah, and you know what, if they ever do a remaster for it, cool, then that will probably end up being my favorite version because I may not like Open Your Heart as much as Live and Learn, but I think Open Your Heart as a victory anthem when you're taking that final lap against Chaos works very narratively well. If they had, and I'm glad that the better SADX mod kind of patches that and just flips those tunes around. But outside of that hypothetical, we don't live in that world yet, so we live in the world where I have to go live and learn.
Doomsday Zone. Man,
No surprise there.
nope.
I guess
Mark,
for
did you
my-
answer it? Or did
No,
either of
I
you
would
answer it?
probably say, I like Unleashed a lot just because I like the big orchestra shit they do, and I miss that. They really do
That was
it
what I was
anymore.
gonna say.
Yeah, well, I said it first, so you gotta take something else.
Twat, absolute fucking utter twat.
And
I
see, the
will kill
best
you.
the best part about this is we're going to come out of this podcast finding out that Pup and Mark are not so different.
Not so different, you and I.
I mean,
Not
for
so
starters,
different.
I'm obviously superior because I'm not ginger for a start. So that
I'm not ginger.
He's
Liar.
not
Wait,
It's like,
ginger.
well, why do you show yourself
Wait,
as ginger? Then?
hold on.
What?
So
You're
that's
a
a story
dog,
in and of
By
man.
itself.
that logic, you're a pup and you don't have a soul either. So checkmate, I guess.
Is it a
Whoa,
goat or is it a
whoa,
dog?
whoa.
Pick one and stick to it.
Jesus Christ.
I'd say mistakes were made, but my parents already made me.
You seeking attention
Anyway.
again, Suris?
Why do I always get his name and I always fuck it up? Sissith.
Yeah, you did that deliberately.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's just for all of us. Which classic Sonic and which modern Sonic zone has the best level design and why?
I'm not taking it
I have
first
to-
this time.
I think I'd have to ponder that for a while. There's a lot of good stuff. Do you guys have any immediate answers that come to mind?
Classic Sonic, I can't really pick one. Like, there's a lot of bangers in the classic era. Probably something from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or maybe the iconic old Green Hill Zone. Hate to say it because it's so
I was
mainstream.
gonna say
but,
Green
like,
Hill too. Yeah.
But then for modern Sonic stage, for most well designed, I would say Eggman Land from the Xbox 360 PlayStation 3 version, because while it is difficult, and yeah, it has some moments where the camera is just not on your side with the werehog, it's still a very well designed final level. Like, that's everything a Sonic final level should be, minus the camera fuckery during the werehog pipe walk section. But other than that, like, yeah, big thumbs up.
I think
I guess. Go ahead, sirs.
I was gonna say, I think for classic, anytime that I think classic Sonic, I really don't think back to Green Hill so much as I do Chemical Plant for fond memories. I think Chemical Plant has just the right amount of verticality while also having the right amount of areas to just let your speed let loose in classic Sonic. I'd have to go with that for classic. For modern though, I'm gonna have to go with Egg Fleet from Sonic Heroes.
I was gonna say that too.
And to say Act 1 of Egg Fleet, I think when you think of Sonic as a power fantasy series, where you are playing a disproportionately strong character compared to some of the things that he has to deal with, Egg Fleet feels very, very triumphant. You walk in there, Sonic is no matter who you're playing in that game, they have a reason to be there. Narratively, the stage itself is this wonderful motif of destroying an armada one ship at a time as you can hop across them, and it's got rail grinding downright, it's got multiple pathways downright, it's got platforming downright, and it's one of the few Sonic levels in Heroes, I think, that earns its length. There are some levels in that game that don't earn being as long as they do, but Egg Fleet, it makes sense for that level to be as, upwards of 10 minutes if you're anybody but Team Dark. It makes sense for that level to be as long as it is because you are literally trying to systematically destroy an army of Eggmans. And it just works.
Mark, have you given your answers yet?
I was gonna say Green Hill and Egg Fleet, so I guess I gotta pick different ones. I would probably say Seaside Hill, honestly, to pick another one from Heroes. It's not. I would say Seaside Hill, but Generations version. It's like the best level in that game. Just the amount of alternate paths. I still like find new shit about it to this day. I think that's like the best design level in like any 3D Sonic game.
I'm still, after listening to all this stuff, I'm still having a hard time like narrowing down what I would pick as my favorites. I think a lot of the classic games work as well as they do depending on the intention of the level. So I think Green Hill works as well as it does because in one level it tells you everything you need to know about Sonic the Hedgehog, like your very first time. There's been nothing else like this, and this one level tells you everything you need to know. I'd say it's overtaken by Emerald Hill in terms of like an introduction stage afterwards. Just like it's a little bit more refined, and they can spread the game out a little bit more from there, as opposed to Green Hill where you're getting the very best of that game in stage 1. But I wonder, I'm just trying to think here. I think Generations did a pretty solid job kind of putting together like the best of list for a lot of the games. I don't agree with every one of the choices, but I think there's a reason they're as beloved as they are. Because Sky Sanctuary is my favorite classic stage. I think it adds a level of gravitas to the narrative that in a subtle, well, I mean, not really subtle, but like you don't have to sit through a 5-minute cutscene to understand everything that's happening there. And they have I just like the aesthetic. I like the little hazards or gimmicks in that level. It's just a thrill from start to finish. I absolutely adore Sky Sanctuary. As far as modern is concerned, my mind keeps going to either Speed Highway in the original Sonic Adventure or Rooftop Run for the Generations versions of Rooftop Run. I've not played through enough of Unleashed to give my feelings on it, but I thought both of them were such an exhilarating thrill ride of like really making you feel like Sonic the Hedgehog in the third dimension. I still think we can do more with 3D Sonic, but in terms of really capturing the energy of that character, those two stand out to me.
Well, I think that means we need to go ahead and move on to the next one.
All right, it is my turn to ask. Dude, I'm not Macy asks to Mark, and this is a two-part question.
Well, hang on. you
Wait,
missed
what?
one.
Pup, do you know how to fucking read?
Yeah, I do, and I've clearly fucked up here.
Stop
Go for it,
messing
Suris.
up, man. Jesus Christ. Like, I will happily, if you want, just like replace Pup on this if you want me
Oh my
to.
God.
Well,
I don't think you'll have the
mean-
time between sucking and dick, Mark.
you don't have to get homophobic here.
I'm
That's
not
how we
being
get that rich
homophobic.
voice.
He didn't say it was a bad thing. He just said it's a preoccupation.
Yeah,
Swear to
exactly.
God.
See, Nick? I think someone's projecting their homophobia onto me.
Oh no! Oh,
Fucking
who
boomers, man.
Oh
Give
my
it the time.
gosh.
Go on, Suris. Ask
Golden-
away, my friend.
Golden
Speaking of boom,
Golden Terabyte asks wait, there's more than two people here. Golden Terabyte, are
He
you?
means to both factions, the Superior
both.
Sunset City faction and the Despicable Jeffrey 6 faction.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he says to
do-
all. What was that, Nick?
I do want to talk about all that other stuff that Mark and his good friend Splash Dash do. We'll do that later, though.
Okay. So to
Come
all,
on, Suris!
what are your? I'm not the problem.
Just
Suris,
get
just
on with it,
ignore him.
Suris!
I'm
Ignore him.
I'm trying to, but it's very difficult. He's very persuasive. Anyway, to both, what are your thoughts on the Boom cartoon? Do you think it should have gotten more, or do you think it lasted long enough? Honestly, I would have liked to have seen a third season of Boom, because Boom got so much better in the second season. I wouldn't have minded to see a little more of what that studio was able to do with those characters, whether it got more serious or whether it stayed joking and we just got more of that. Either way, it got better in season 2. I would have liked to have seen it improve more going forward, but I'm still happy with what we got.
I'm
I
very
kind of
curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this.
So I was going to say, like, the Boom cartoon is my second favorite Sonic cartoon behind Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And, like, yeah, I love it. I thought even in the first series it was pretty good. Like, it's always had that good little satirical edge to it. And, yeah, I would be so game for a season 3, but not a season 4, because usually comedies go downhill around about that time, maybe. So, yeah.
Go on.
Go ahead, Mark.
That's okay. Interrupt me, it's fine. Just go
Mark,
ahead.
why are you interrupting the legacy players, Mark?
Swear to God.
You're right, Pup. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick. I'll be quiet.
Well, I think we should probably leave it to the animation guy at the end of all this. Here's like the miserable truth is I've not sat through all of any of the Sonic cartoons. I like bits and pieces of all of them, not enough to be like engaged enough to watch from start to finish. It's sad AM being Saturday morning Sonic, be it X, be it Boom. I don't like any of them enough to just take all of it in. So I'm personally fine with what we got with Boom. Like I said 1,000 times before, I didn't like that offshoot. I don't want it back, but I still respect the talent behind everything. I'd like to see that comedy come back into the fold in terms of Sonic the Hedgehog in general, as opposed to this faux cringy coolness that we keep getting instead. I think the core Sonic series could be injected with some genuine humor, and I think they could have done it. I think they really could have pulled that off. as opposed to just sitting in, that same tropical island doing the same shit over and over and over again.
And I guess I'll say I love, it's my favorite Sonic cartoon, Sonic Boom. But I'm kind of glad it ended on a season 2, even if I do want a season 3, because I would rather it end on a high note without the potential of it getting worse. I know one of the writers, I forget which one, I think he was talking about potential season 3 plots they wanted to do, and one of them was like, of what I remember, it was something to do with they were going to do a political episode where it was going to be about like a parody of the election, and Eggman was like the stand-in for Trump, and it was like that sounds like a mess. I'm glad it kind of ended while it was still good.
But to say that sounds like a plot line that you're perfectly fine seeing in like Animaniacs, but I don't know if I'd want to see that in Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Sonic Boom a lot. I love the work they did on it.
I think I'm gonna like it more the more I watch of it. I've not seen enough of it, but like when I compare it to just cutscenes of video games, it's genuinely good stuff. Like I had to stop. I remember I was like editing together. I think it was like my Knuckles video for the Chaotix marathon, and I had to stop because I was in tears just from watching Sonic react to seeing Knuckles in a dress. Like they just caught each other in public. It's just this subtle brilliance. Like all Sonic did, he was just looking, and then he just put his leg up, and then it cut, and I just lost him. I don't know why. They're really, really funny script writers for that show.
So
yeah, let's carry on.
Here you go, Pup.
Okay.
Now it's actually your turn.
Okay, Pup, your time to shine. Let's do this. So, Dude, I'm Not Macy asks a 2-part question to Mark. Part 1, if you could be Butch Hartman for a day, what would you do?
What would I do? I'd be over the moon. Like I would be in charge of the live action Fairly Odd Parents reboot, and I would make it good.
You sound very confident in yourself.
I am
Wait, is that
confident. I have
happening?
thought for many. Yeah, they're making a live action reboot.
Oh Jesus!
thought they
Like,
already
whoa, not a
did
movie, like a reboot, like a full-on show.
They already did 3 movies in live action. They're doing a full on show this time.
Good God. Okay.
Yeah.
And now for the actual Sonic-related question. What Sonic game do you recommend to someone who's never played a Sonic game?
Sonic
Generations. Oh.
Nick, did
Sorry.
it fucking ask you, mate? Well, who was this question for? Who was this question for, Nick?
Let's see.
I'm so sorry, Mark.
can-
I'm so sorry. He said he was going to put out the good shine.
Hold on. I'm gonna spell LS Mark real quick. NIC. Oh, okay. Yeah.
all right.
there's the confusion.
Let him explain his answer. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was gonna say Generations because you do have the 2D element. I know it's not as good as the classic games, but it still is good, I would say, classic Sonic in that game. And it kind of gives you the best of both worlds of like I can get an idea for what 2D Sonic is like, and I can get an idea of what like the boost sort of 3D Sonic games are like. And it's like the most like solid, like polished Sonic game, I would say.
You know what's
That's why I'd
crazy
recommend
is, like, I'm on the exact same page. I was always saying to, like, Suris, like, it's not my favorite Sonic game, but it's, like, the only modern Sonic game that I can recommend without a qualifying statement.
But to say,
Yeah.
I think it was that conversation that led to me and you having our fight about Heroes.
Yeah, it was, because you love Sonic Heroes, and I...
Why wouldn't they?
Well,
Is it a
look,
problem?
Mark, you are in the minority here. Cyber Shell was right all along, man. SA2 is the better game.
Cyber Shell freaking rigged that debate.
Cyber Shell didn't fucking
Commenters.
rig that debate. You just lost, and you need to accept
No,
that. you
Cyber
orange
Shell got
hair
all his
man.
little commenters, and
Cyber
everyone was
Shell
like,
was
Mark.
entirely in.
Everyone
the
was
right,
crying in the
Mark.
comments, like, oh, well, Mark was interrupting Cyber Shell. I looked through the entire debate. He interrupted me just as much. People
I-
give him a pass. People just are blinded by nostalgia for
It's
SA2.
not
but the
blinded by nostalgia, Mark. You
No, no.
absolute cretin. It's basically
Okay.
that SA2 is just the superior game in every single way.
Basically, the thing with me and Pup is I was like, I think Heroes is one that I would hand to somebody without like a qualifying statement.
And I was like, "What are you fucking crazy, Suris?" And then he did a
Yeah,
live
I'm
stream
gonna. I
where he
like
played-
Heroes, and I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of with you too. What
I
the
think-
fuck are you talking about?
I think
Actually, this is really cool. Actually, I feel included now.
so. The closest thing to a qualifying statement I would give is don't start with Team Chaotix. Like that's it.
the closest thing to a qualifying statement I'd give is Sonic Heroes is a great game if you can get past the fact that it controls like shit, that you have to fucking get
Ooh,
used to
you're
playing 3
wrong.
different fucking
You're
control
wrong.
styles in what's supposed to be a simplistic ass game.
Wait, Pup,
and Sonic's acceleration is off the fucking charts.
didn't literally all of these things get crammed down your nose when we did our live stream together? And I just
No,
played,
not all
and
of these
and you just
things,
kept
but
on
the amount
and
of
you
times
kept
you
on-
retried those levels. You were stuck on that fucking tree level for hours.
No, dude, it took me 3.5 hours to go through the game. I've got the stream. I couldn't have been stuck in that level.
No, but it looked frustrating as ass. Okay, you've mastered the bingo level. Clearly, good for you, buddy. But no lower path should be that full of bullshit.
Is this
Just
just what
the lower
happens anytime
path.
someone talks about Sonic Heroes? Good lord.
People
Oh.
are so passionate about their hatred for Sonic Heroes.
I mean, I don't even actually hate Sonic Heroes. It's just one of my lesser favorites of the modern era.
Well, that's the thing. I have that too. I don't even think SA2 is that bad. I think it's decent, but I think it's
Wait, I
funny
thought-
that Sonic Adventure 2 fans get really, really upset whenever you make fun of it.
I
So
keep
thought
talking about that
Heroes
in
was, like, your
streams.
favorite, though.
What's my favorite?
I thought Heroes was your favorite Sonic game, though, wasn't it?
My favorite 100%, yeah. I love it.
Wait, but like I said, it's one of my lesser favorites, and then you said, "I agree." Did you hear?
No,
me
I
correctly?
was agreeing with the sentiment of I wouldn't give it to someone for their first Sonic game.
Yeah.
No way.
We fucking
game's
moved
got a lot
past
of-
that, Mark.
Why did you go back to it then?
I didn't fucking go back to it. You fucking brought it back to that.
Jesus Christ. All right, gentlemen.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think. Like, I was like really disappointed with Heroes when it first came out, but I mean, like, that wasn't my first Sonic game or anything like that. But like, when I think about it, like, Suris, I can see where you're coming from as far as like a first one, because they really did try so hard to be back to basics. Unless you take Team Dark's path, which is clearly a continuation of the adventure storyline.
Yeah.
But it really does kind of stand out in terms of play style compared to the other games at that point. I definitely wouldn't give it as my first though. I still like I'm an old man. I still say Sonic 2 is like that should be your very first Sonic game. You get the idea of it, you get what he's all about, and it's a very easy thing to understand. And then, you know, you can just grow from there, because I mean, SA2 is its own beast. Definitely way more complicated to play, but standing is a good
Wait,
jumping off point.
then-
And I think a lot of
then
GameCube
Heroes?
kids did when they had the Mega Collection to go alongside the Adventure
Hold on,
re-releases.
question though. Did you say Adventure 2 is more complicated to play than Heroes?
No, he said
Then
it's more complicated
Sonic
than
2.
Sonic 2.
Oh, then 2. Okay, that's epic. Okay, I feel you.
But I mean, I would still say SA2 is more complicated than Heroes.
I would not
I'm-
say that. Like I would
I'm
say
an
that
old
across-
man, dude. Like I really did not understand where the hell this love for SA2 came from when.
Well, no,
when
you
it
got to think.
first-
You play as 3 different play styles, but you do them in separate levels, which I think makes it significantly simpler than Heroes, where across the board you're handling 3
I
different
thought that
play
was a
styles.
fucking mess the
But
first
they
time I
all-
played that game.
Yeah,
they
I
all
think it's a
control
mess.
similarly enough.
They don't control. No, they don't. They don't
Okay,
control similarly.
so
yes, they did.
In
No, they don't.
Heroes, okay, no. I guess me and Mark are going to beat up on Pup now. In Heroes, the characters, my opinion is the characters control close enough to each other without much issue. When you have something like SA2, you have conflicting different types of level design on top of characters with separate types of controls, on top of those characters having extra abilities through unlockables, on top of there being unlockables that you might not even find, like the necklace for Knuckles. That is a much more complicated game to get through than Heroes, where where every level, unless you are Team Chaotix, is go from point A to point B using one of these 3 types of playstyle, usually speed.
You have to stay
Yep,
consistent, regardless of who you're playing. You're basically playing one character. You're just switching between move sets at the touch of a button. Like, that game's much easier to understand if you can play through a few levels of one of those campaigns. You understand the core idea of the game in general. I don't think either one of those games is like overly complicated, but in terms of like, I get what they were going for, because that was the first multi-platform game they created, and they wanted to give everybody everything all at once. So
Well,
I think they're both
I
fucking games.
Well, I think you're all just racist. That's all I can say there.
Against bees,
Sure.
yes.
Who's orange? Suris, I think it's your turn.
No,
wait, no, it's
orange
Mark.
is
I'm an
Orange is
idiot.
Mark. Suris is brown.
There
There
you
you
Summer
go.
Party is a Seth Rogen movie, but it's animated. It is very, they very much like the idea of a cartoon character saying the fuck word, but South Park has been saying the fuck word since 1999.
This is
Was it
literally
19
what I've
or
been saying
1997?
about
I
it.
don't
It's
know.
not that brave, is it? Like, it wants to be, but it's not.
No, yeah, people make a big deal like it's a R-rated animated movie. It's like South Park the movie came out in like 1999. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking Family Guy is more hard-edged than Sausage Party. Like, but as it stands, thank you, Stock Junction, for the question. Sorry about the answer.
Yeah, wow. I'm just learning a whole lot of shocking truths today. All right. Ed Logical asks, what are your thoughts on the beautiful masterpiece that is Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2? And would you be open for the idea of a third episode?
Get fucked. Let's someone else go.
I think episode 2 actually improved on some of the issues with 1. I don't think I want a third episode. I really don't. If a team is going to make me a 2D Sonic, I will take a Mania 2 over a Sonic 4 Episode 3 any day. But at least 2 took the problems with 1 and said, let's tweak those a bit.
I mean, I'd say episode 2 fixes a lot of like things like the physics and stuff, and like the level designs are at least a teeny bit more original in that they mix them up a little bit. But like, there's way more waiting around in episode 2, I find. There's so many instances where you just run along, collect a couple of rings, and like a boss rises up, and you're waiting there for like 2 minutes while it does this little, hey, I'm the boss thing. And it is just monotonous. And then you've got the tornado stage, which is just, it's too much waiting around for me, episode 2, which is why I kind of prefer episode 1 in a few little ways.
I'm all for a third episode. Bring it on. Just give it to Christian Whitehead.
Give it to somebody who actually knows how to do 2D Sonic.
Let Dimps make the rush games. Let them do more of that.
Yep.
If you're gonna get Dimps back, let them do that. Or do something different completely.
Let them do shit they're good at, for crying out loud. Yeah. Unless they, I don't know if they have the same people or not, though. I don't follow that developer at all. I don't know, Mark, do you have any opinions on episodes 1 and 2?
I just finished streaming episode 1 and 2 a couple days ago. Episode 1 is definitely worse in my opinion. I like episode 2 a lot. It's not great, but it's like if it weren't called Sonic 4, I would say episode 2 is like a solid like short iPhone game. It just because I think that's what they wanted at first. They wanted it to be like, I think originally it was called Sonic the Portable because it was only going to be for phones, but then they decided later on like they could make more money if they called it Sonic 4 and put it on consoles. But that's really the only the biggest issue with it.
Sounds
Yeah, I
weird.
noticed it in the
That makes a
background
lot
of
more sense.
in the background of Casino Street, I think it's called in Sonic 4. There's like a sign in the background, and it's blurred, but you can clearly see it reads Sonic the Portable, and then just blurred it whenever they changed the name.
Oh, me, I need to look out for that because, like, I'd heard like musings and stuff, but the main thing this makes me think is who walked in on them making Sonic the Portable and thought, "Hey, that's like a sequel to Sonic 1, 2, and 3 because it's in 2D." Like, they just hand out that name like it's anything. Jesus.
No, that's brand recognition, but that definitely just, wow. I mean, that kind of blows my mind. Like, yeah, if it was just a small portable game, nobody would be giving a shit about it. If that 4 wasn't there, I don't think anybody would care. They're fine for video games. They're just not games that I ever want to play again.
So, when they make the next Sonic Schoolhouse, someone will just pop on by and be like, "Hey, we should call that Sonic Adventure 3."
There you go. Exactly.
Good God, Sega.
Suris, your turn.
Sure thing. Mark, this is from Razar, and what is your favorite Sonic design?
Ooh, I've really grown to the movie design when it's posed right. I think in the promotional art and in the posters and stuff, the movie design looks really, really good, but there are some shots in the movie where I think it's mostly from the front. His mouth and his eyes look kind of weird, and the color grading in that movie is fucking abysmal. So he looks kind of teal at certain points. But I think if done right, Sonic movies design would be my best. A second favorite would be like a 2D modern Sonic. I don't know if that counts. Like, what's his name? Yukawa. His modern Sonic would be my second favorite. I don't like modern Sonic in the newer like 3D. Ever since Unleashed, I haven't really cared for modern Sonic. I think he looks cool in like in '06 and all, but that just. But again, it comes with the issues of like, well, the animation in that game shit, so Sonic himself doesn't look very good. It's just Sonic's a very messy franchise. Is my answer to that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, did you guys want to take a crack at it? I don't think I have a favorite.
I think my favorite in terms of I've got two favorites in terms of design. First one is any design based off of the artwork from SA1 and 2. Like, just not necessarily how those games look when they're rendered, but the amount of energy in that version of Sonic when he's in 2D art, I think is fucking great. I mean, it's where that whole Sonic Adventure 1 pose comes from. My second favorite, though, I think has to be Toei Sonic. Between the opening of Sonic CD and then the new stuff that was done for Mania, that and also the cartoon clips like Chow in Space and everything else, that design for Sonic has really, really grown on me.
So, interesting mix-up here, but for 3D Sonic, my favorite design is Movie Sonic. And for 2D Sonic, the Tyson Hesse Sonic, whether it be his classic Sonic take, which is very similar to the Toei one, or his modern Sonic take, I just think Tyson Hesse draws Sonic nicely and clearly gets Sonic's aesthetic. I mean, also, fun coincidence, Movie Sonic is also designed, if I'm not mistaken, by Tyson Hesse.
It was redesigned by
So,
Tyson.
Yeah, I think it even goes without saying, but like, yeah, no, like that's where I stand.
I have a hard time, like, I don't know. I still get comments in that modern Sonic video I did. I really don't like discern them. I more discern like who's actually drawing the thing. I don't really consider them different art styles. Like, this is clearly like the same base design throughout what we're doing. Like, the only massive differences I'd say would be like American US Sonic with the mohawk, and then like the modern reinterpretation when the adventure games came out. But I mean, I just kind of that's my boring answer. Like, I just kind of clumped them together there. But I don't know if I have like an exactly favorite render. But I do agree that the current render that they're using, they got to change it up a little bit. So I've been kind of turning around as far as like just clumping it all in, because since we've been using the same fucking thing for over 12 years now, I do think it's time for a change up. And I do wonder with Movie Sonic too. Like, do you guys think they're gonna change up his design a little bit?
I don't think so.
Like,
I don't
make him a little older.
I'd like
They
it if
might-
it was a slightly darker shade of blue.
Yeah, they might change him slightly. It's like it'll be something akin to, I think about Wreck-It Ralph a lot. How in Wreck-It Ralph 2, it's technically a different design, but it's very slightly different. They just like exaggerate certain features, or like they make him bulkier, his head bigger. You know, it'll be like slight differences that you can't really like notice. I think they'll definitely change Tails because his model looks very unfinished from the side in that movie at the ending
His
shot.
head is so big. I think that's like supposed to like he's smart or something, but his head is so goddamn big in that movie.
Really big, it's really square, and his eyes like kind of bulge out from the side. It's really weird.
Yeah. All right, let's see where we're at. I believe Puppet is your turn.
It is. So Axe Crusader asks, to Mark specifically, if Omega appeared as a playable character in a new game, what abilities would you give him?
I think expanding upon how he was in Heroes would be a good idea, where you can upgrade him and he can have that fucking those moves where he shoots out like a barrage of missiles everywhere. I think doing that, like mixed along with like the '06 like jet boosters where you can hover like Knuckles. I think doing like a mixture of those two could be very fun.
Yeah.
I'd like that as well. I mean, Omega's probably one of my favorite Sonic characters, like between him and Shadow. So seeing him do neat stuff again would be good.
I'd just make him play like the SA2 mech stages personally.
I No. Omega's a robot who's designed to be able to go toe-to-toe with Shadow. He needs to be at least a little agile.
Make him a little faster then. Why not?
I hear how in Sonic 06 and like Sonic Forces, he moves so slowly and like there's like a 5-second pause for every like arm movement. But in Sonic Heroes, like if you go through the fucking like trick rings, he like flings all his parts around. They're so elastic and shit. I want that Omega back.
That's where I feel as well, because like, it was so weird that in 06 there's a whole narrative bit around how Omega, you're gonna be the one that, takes out your friend Shadow, and this is bad and this should upset you. But then like the Omega that we have in 06, it's very hard for me to believe that version of Omega takes out Shadow easily if he's not just standing still accepting punishment like Mephiles was.
Yeah, I don't know. They did not fucking think that through very well.
No, they didn't. But I mean, I think there's something interesting to be said. Like if Omega's designed to take out someone like Shadow, I don't know why we don't expand upon that more. Like how dangerous of a robot this actually is. It doesn't need to be shaped like Sonic to be a big deal in the universe. And yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be a fun thing to expand upon gameplay wise too.
We got something kind of like very, very briefly touching on that in IDW. That one, not to spoil anything for people who haven't read it yet, but there's a moment where Eggman repossesses Omega for a brief bit and does something with him that kind of shows the things that you could have Omega do and how dangerous he could be. But
yeah,
even then, it's not really properly expanded on.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could kind
totally
of go
done.
spoilers
Alright,
there.
sorry.
Oh, it's fine. But yeah, no, I mean, I was thinking about that just because I did cover the Shadow portion of the Metal Virus. Omega does kick Shadow's ass for a half a second, and then Shadow tears him the fuck apart. So I don't know how good he actually is as a robot.
To be fair,
anyway.
To be fair though, the way that he takes Omega out or starts tearing him apart is with appendages that he doesn't have as regular Shadow. Like regular Shadow doesn't have razor sharp claws, but Metal Virus Shadow does. So like he's not designed to take on that kind of Shadow.
It's still an inconsistency though, man.
It is.
And I get why people are so frustrated with those two books because I mean, yeah, he should be taking out Zombots no issue. Except Shadows, except also Sonic said Shadow's a bigger deal when he's fully, when he's healthy.
And then
I don't know, man.
Sonic can handle Shadow better when he's like this, but suddenly Omega, the guy designed to beat Shadow, is having trouble now.
Well, I mean, it's just inconsistent. And I mean, Flynn said it himself multiple times on podcasts, like whatever was established before, like he'll argue for it, but his Sega reps will say, well, we're not taking that direction anymore. It's one of those things that doesn't actually matter, but like for hardcore fans, yeah, it kind of matters. All right, where were we at with questions here?
The next one is for Mark.
Yes.
Am I reading it?
Yes.
Yeah, you read it. Yeah.
Okay. If they were to add another Sonic rep to Smash Bros, who would you want it to be? And how do you imagine their announcement trailer to be?
Shadow.
Eggman.
Metal Sonic. I know it's a clone, but I love Metal Sonic.
You'd have the trailer.
Eggman deserves it.
You'd have, you'd show Sonic in the little Green Hill stage, and you'd have like little shots of Shadow's feet running and his gloves and stuff set to All Hail Shadow. Then he knocks Sonic out, and then he's just like standing there. The chorus kicks in. It's the Crush 40 version, obviously. And that would be his announcement trailer.
I just think that if there's gonna be a rep from the Sonic series, as much as I love Shadow, I really would like to see Eggman, because I think that there's so much creative stuff you can do with him and his mechs. And I've seen some people argue that, oh, he would just be a Bowser Jr. clone. And like, no, you can do so much with the different mechs that he has that he could use during an actual fight. Like, let his dash attack be the drill mech from from Sonic 2, let his like walking animation be in the regular mech from Sonic Adventure 2, let his final smash be the Egg Dragoon, just kind of like skewering everybody on the map. Just go fucking wild with what that man can do.
Yeah.
Another interesting one could be Silver, because he's got his psychokinesis.
I think Silver would be interesting too. Like just from a gameplay perspective, I'd like him, but he wouldn't be the rep that I'd want. But if we got him, he would be interesting. I agree.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't help but look at this in terms of what actually makes sense in terms of Smash Brothers overall. I think Eggman's the only obvious choice as far as like who deserves a spot. If they're ever going to bring someone else in Sonic to represent video games as a whole, I think I just like Shadow and Metal Sonic as the clone characters, Echo Fighter, whatever the fuck they call them. I'm still just happy having Sonic there and leaving it at Sonic. I do think his moveset could be tweaked a little bit, maybe a new level. I think I'd prefer a level over a new character.
Agreed.
But that is just me there. I'm adding some more questions on here because we're rolling through them fairly quickly here. Unless you guys wanted to hop off and talk about more specific stuff here with Mark while we got him.
I see that the piss has been extended a little.
That's
That's what the document is called.
Well, I wanted to add this because I'm a bigger Ninja Turtle fan than I am a Sonic fan, so I'm just doing this now while I have Mark here.
I'll go ahead and ask the question then before we get into the contentious conversations.
Contentious?
There's some bad omens about it, I hear. Novacore asks to Mark, what is your opinion on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and what's your personal favorite incarnation of the Heroes in a Half Shell?
I don't really have an opinion on them. I didn't grow up with them. I didn't the only thing I've ever seen related to Ninja Turtles was, I don't know if you're gonna like this, I've only ever seen the first live action movie from like, what was it? The fucking Michael Bay one?
Oh, that one?
Yeah,
no,
like the new live action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny Knoxville?
I was about to say, of all, when you said I don't know how I was gonna like this, the first live action movie, I'm like, most people like the first live action Turtles movie, and then you said the Michael Bay one. I'm like, oh, never mind.
There were other live action. Well, what year did that come out? What age would I have been?
God, are you talking
2012?
I'd say 2015.
Early 2010s, early to mid.
Was that the second one? 2015? I don't remember.
No, because the first one would have come around about 2013.
It was 2014. Was the first one.
So we're all
I was 14. I was 12 years old, so I didn't have like any knowledge of previous shit. I thought it was fine. Like I didn't have any strong opinions either way. It didn't compel me to see the second one, so I don't I don't really have opinions on Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry.
I've been arguing with a stupid baby this entire time. Jesus.
So I unironically read the green and my brain just went, hey, that one's mine, even though that's Nick's, and I feel actually really bad about that. I'm sorry, Nick.
I think I'll live one way or the other. I do want to move on to more Mark-related questions, or your close personal friend, Splash Dash. Would you happen to know why he named his channel Splash Dash? I've been curious about this myself. Vlad asked that question, by the way. Sorry.
I was in a call with my friend Daft Pina, another YouTuber, and he was talking about I was talking about how I wanted to make a Sonic channel. I think I was streaming at the time, and I was saying my main reason I haven't started it yet is because I can't think of a name. And I mean, my friends was starting a Sonic channel, and he said, I was like, I like it being two things, like something and then something else. And he was like, how about Splash Dash? And I was like, sure, why not? And that was it. That's the story.
Fair enough.
Very underwhelming.
Most of them are. There's not like a big compelling lore to any channel names, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can still grab more questions if we want. We will roll through those pretty quickly. But I didn't know if you guys wanted to chat a bit, because I know, Suris, you had a specific question Sonic Heroes related.
Yeah.
For Mark, and I think that would be a rad discussion.
So I guess the topic that I wanted to bring up is, Mark, you and I both like Heroes.
Mhm.
But if you were to head a Sonic Heroes remake, you were to make that game again right now with all of the knowledge of the Sonic franchise that you have, what things would you try to do to make the new version better than the old one? Not necessarily distinct. What things would you do to make it more definitive?
Making Sonic Heroes even better? I don't know if that's possible.
Just make the entire fucking game again, but different.
I don't know. I would probably fix up some of the controls, not because I have an issue from it. I'm thinking of this as from the perspective of how do I make other people like Heroes. So I'd
They
probably
do need fixing. Yeah, they are very flawed, aren't they?
they don't. It's just some people just aren't skilled enough to get used to them.
No. It's
This
not they
is-
have a very big issue. Like, Sonic is supposed to be accessible.
This is the same conversation me and Pup had when he was like, "Okay, so my problem with this level is that when you use the Sonic Tornado Wind thing, it just never attaches to the poles," and I'm just like, using
Okay,
it
that
perfectly
was, to be
fine.
fair, a very much an Xbox specific problem. It seemed
Because yeah, when I was playing that on GameCube, it just
on an
it just-
illegal ROM hack copy that someone might be making profits from. That they're not, but they could be.
GameCube version. GameCube version is what I'm playing, and GameCube version doesn't have that problem.
Xbox doesn't either. I played it on everything.
Okay, maybe I just need to go back and play Sonic Heroes again then.
That
Yeah.
was
When
that
was
was
the last
our
time you played it?
conclusion after that stream.
Oh my god, I'm not a professional. Leave me alone.
So I would fix up the controls just so people would stop crying about them. I would probably add more campaigns. But
More
the main
campaigns?
yeah,
More?
with more characters. But the thing I would do is I wouldn't make it mandatory to beat them all so you can get the final story, but I also would I would take the rush approach where the campaign features the same levels, but they're all done in a different order. Just to shake things up a little bit. I
Question.
wouldn't yeah.
How many of those campaigns would be necessary for unlocking the final story?
Team Sonic.
Okay,
you go.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. And that'll be my perfect Heroes. I think the level design is perfect the way it is. Just make it less more polished, I guess, because like every Sonic game, it was rushed. So
So
there's
the
one or
game would
two
be-
glitches.
The game would
Yeah.
be superior for you as well to the original one, then, not just for the people that struggle with it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
I
it
would-
can definitely be quite a lot better. Yeah.
I think that actually doing that would fix some of my issues, because my issues with Heroes basically begin and end with Team Chaotix. But I feel like if you make Team Chaotix something that you can play on the side, not something required to get the final ending, those problems go away. Because I can just go, yeah, I'm not going to play these guys. Boom.
I actually don't mind Team Chaotix. I don't know if that's probably unpopular. I think my thing with them is that I only hate the extra missions you do as them, because it's like the first level. There's 20 hermit crabs, and you only have to find 10 of them. But in the extra mission, you have to find all 20. Like in the final fortress, you have to find 5 keys, but in the extra one, there's 10. I never minded it, other than the lantern one from whatever the fuck, Mystic Mansion.
Hang Castle or Mystic Mansion.
Yeah, that's the only one I ever have trouble with consistently. The other ones I can do like relatively fine on their own. I don't know. That's just because I've played a lot, probably. I know it is an issue.
I think for me, the problem with Chaotix comes down to the fact that they've got a very collectathon mindset to how they're built, but the level design is not built for that. Like, what they do in the levels is not bad on its own, but the levels effectively being straight hallways where backtracking does not work very well. The best you can do is start the level over again if you've missed something, which happens a lot on your first time. I just
definitely go on first.
God damn it!
Go on.
We had the same exact amount of pause time. Jesus Christ! I know. I think. Again, I just reiterating what I said. When you run those characters in a collectathon setting where they're in a more open, expansive world, then that detective hunt down X, Y, and Z setup, I think works perfectly fine, because I love games like that. I love, old school Mario 64. I love Banjo-Kazooie, old school Spyro. Like, it works for stuff like that, but I just don't think the level design in Heroes yields itself to what Chaotix is trying to do very well.
You know what I want? They'll never do this because they can't even guarantee a Sonic game to sell well now. I want them to start making more spin-offs that are more like Luigi's Mansion and that they go into other genres. I would love a detective-like game where you're the Chaotix, but I don't even know if they are detectives anymore or if Sega's like mandated that out.
They're still detectives.
Okay, good. Sorry, go on.
A point I was going to make with the Chaotix levels is they definitely needed more sort of large non-linear levels that you could explore around to hunt for those items. Kind of like a much better game called Sonic Adventure 2.
I
What?
feel like a lot of those games, especially after playing Balan Wonderworld, just suffer from the problem of Yuji Naka trying to put way too much in without refining what he already has there. So I'm with you, Mark, in terms of like making the hero campaign, the Sonic Hero campaign, the only one you necessarily need. I think it'd be really cool if you unlocked those other characters as secondary playstyles, as opposed to making more missions for them that are tedious and exhausting. Because I hadn't played Heroes until, well, I played it when it first came out, but I hadn't touched it again until I had to do some backup footage for the Vector video, whatever the fuck I was making at the time. And I was really surprised because like I remember not liking the game, but I was having a lot of fun. And I was like, I didn't see why people are having such a big issue. Like, yes, the controls need tightening up 100%. And there's definitely a lack of polish there that it could have used. I was having a great time up until I got to the second level with Chaotix, which was at the Metropolis area. I don't remember what it was, but like they have you like go and try to track down like 20 motherfuckers. I don't even think that's like in the main. I don't even think that's like a secondary mission. I think the mission was literally find all the badniks and murder them. And I spent like half an hour trying to do it. I'm sure I could like tighten it up with return playthroughs, but like I was so drained to the point where I was like, I don't know if I want to keep playing this. So I think they can tighten it up there because I do feel like the Chaotix, probably Team Rose too, honestly. Both of those campaigns really felt like tacked on extra shit just so we can say we have as many characters as possible. And I definitely see. I was thinking about that while I was playing Balan, and like we have all these costumes, they all suck, but we have them. Thanks, Yuji. I really appreciate it, buddy. That and I wanted to fight Neo Metal Sonic, and I didn't get to, and that really ticked me off.
You only got to fight Metal Overlord.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bedrock for a great experience that a lot of, and I really think about this for a lot of the adventure games, they just needed an extra push over that finish line, just a little more time in the oven, and we would have something we would all still be considering like top tier games of that day, as opposed to, well, were they really good actually, that we all seem to be caught up in right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Every Sonic game, regardless of how much we love them, the reason that statements like, hey, which Sonic game could you recommend to somebody, without clarification, like without some type of clarifying statement, it always just comes down to polish. There's some oversight from the developers that just creates some problem. You have to go, hey, when you play SA2, please start on hero mode, not dark mode, so you can at least start playing as Sonic. Hey, when you play Heroes, don't start with Team Chaotix. Hey, when you... so on and so forth.
Yeah. It's a messy franchise, but that's what gives us so much to talk about. Oh, man. Well, I think before we wrap up, I know we've been playing around all day about it, but I didn't know if, Mark, if you wanted to talk about anything specifically, or if you and Pup actually wanted to chat a little bit more about Omens, because I think that's kind of what kicked off even, getting you on the show with us today.
Wait, it
Channel
did.
Pup is an idiot.
To counter that, I have to say that Channel Pup is an idiot. However, LS Mark
This guy gets it.
is a bigger idiot.
In what way? How so?
It's that
Explain.
He is
Elaborate.
a stupid poopy head and a meanie.
Childish insults already. I win the debate.
Well, see, you fired the first shot with the idiot thing.
Oh, I wasn't calling you an insult. I was just speaking facts.
I don't know, mate. Oh, I see how we're doing this. We're trying to frame our little schoolyard spat as a fact session, huh?
Well, as you know, facts don't care about your feelings.
Swear to God. All right.
No,
I mean,
but
did
for
you
real,
wanna-
I
for it,
don't
go
know
for
if
it.
you want to be serious. I made that splash dash video. My friend did. Tell me in the comments how unfunny this is getting. My own viewers let me know well enough. I made that in the heat of the moment. I was very like into it. I wrote that video in a couple hours, and I think the video went up the next day. So that's like the fastest I've ever fucking made a video for that channel. And if I could go back, I would probably make it so I didn't talk about the game as much, but at the same time, I had just finished playing the game, so all the thoughts of how much I really didn't enjoy it were still fresh in my mind. And I kind of thought, well, creator's scummy anyway, so I can say what I like. But at the same time, I know that probably isn't the best way to go about a video like that, and it can make it look more like I'm just taking pot shots at someone, which I definitely understand how that's how it came off, and I regret it.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I was gonna say I said what I said in the heat of the moment, and I literally just said it in a fucking live thing. There was no script prior or anything, and I came across as obnoxious little know-it-all, and I was like saying things as if, oh, they're facts, and like I know all the legal stuff. I'm no fucking lawyer. I don't know my shit.
I'm gonna say, and
And,
then
Well,
Well, no,
Webster.
that's the thing. I didn't know it. I watched that Webster video that you also watched, and I was like, damn, this guy's smart. I should have said this stuff in my
Oh,
video.
Webster's so smart. We love
It
Webster.
would have been a lot less
Um,
arguments.
No, but what I'm gonna say is even to that point, Splash Dash, if you're out there, who am I to tell you how to be a critic? Like you got to do you, man. And if it's in your style to say this is shit, while I wouldn't do it, I'm not above it. We're all on the same page here. Except I think Splash Dash gets more views than I do, so he's probably above me a little bit. But hey.
Can I make a really controversial take on Omens?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the more I play it, the more this, especially after the tornado level, as much as I actually enjoyed the fact that it's there doing what it did, the more I play Omens, the more it feels like, what if Sonic 06 were made in the Boost engine?
I can see that for sure.
Because I realized this. There's a feeling that I get when I play Sonic's levels in 06, specifically when I'm playing the train level or when I'm playing Crisis City, where like I know that I love everything that I'm seeing and doing, but it's just janky enough to make it not the best. But I love like the idea of what I'm doing, and that's what's pushing me through those levels. The more that I've played Omens, the more that's kind of where I'm at, where like I love the ideas here, I love the design, but it just feels like there's just enough jank to make me have to feel like I'm pushing through levels instead of I'm experiencing levels.
Actually, question mark. You played past episode 1, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. This is I
What
wanted
did-
to touch on that actually.
Okay.
I should have specified it more in my video. I touched on it a little bit, but I didn't really go further into it. I think Omens starts really good. I think the first level and the level where you're in the gun place, those are fun. I don't like the Infinity engine just personally. I know Bolt didn't make the Infinity engine. I think it's too sensitive, but those levels are really fun. Everything after that I hate, but I hate it because it's from the previous. It's from Sonic 2020. And they didn't do much to fix it. Like it still got like whenever I said again, this is my fault for not specifying. Whenever I said it had like some of the worst level design I've had seen in the fan game, I was mostly referring to the tree level, which I really don't like it. I'll stand by that. But no, I think the first 2 levels are very fun actually.
Okay, so
It's mostly
full
just the stuff from
transparency,
2020.
I've only played episode 1.
Jesus.
Wait,
So
Yeah,
no
okay.
wonder I was like, what is this guy saying? Bad level design. Because I thought especially
Wait.
the second level The second level felt great, in my opinion. Like, you could just burst through that, grab onto the little inner beam and stuff like that. Great level
Yeah.
design. It is
The
just a
inner beam
shame
isn't
that
even in the other ones. Yeah, like
it's not.
I
No,
well, I think they
it's
might have added it to like the chase part, but no, that was added in Sonic Omens. That wasn't in Sonic
So it's made
2020.
in
So
reverse then.
yeah,
s-
they're working out of order, and the later levels, specifically the tree one and the shadow one after that, where shadow's like in the tree area, those I stand. Those are like 20-minute long levels, and there's no speed to be had. It's just a vertical platforming, and if you fall, you have to do all 20 minutes of platforming again. It's awful.
So
can't
it's
stand-
literally Sonic 1 in that case. Like, first level, great. After that,
Yeah.
it's all these vertical climbs.
it's
Yeah, I mean, I hope
eh.
they go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say that that the tree level, I enjoyed the return to White Jungle before the tree level. Like, that was a thing that I liked, but then when it was like, hey, welcome to inside the tree, and oh look, you've got all these platforms to run through, which are just thoroughfares to try to get you scaling the tree, and there's this giant underwater section at the bottom. I'm just like, wait, hold on, but why am I here doing this now? Why must I play this kind of level?
I don't remember. Well, I do remember things about it. I don't usually play Sonic fan games because it's immediately apparent this is a fan game. I only got through up to the boss. It kicked my ass a handful of times. I was like, I'm not
Oh,
fucking doing this anymore. I did think it was like pretty solid. I've only played that up to that point, but there was just so many little things that kept me from actively enjoying it, which was, why are there springs right under these little lips that I'm gonna get caught under? Why does the homing attack seem to decide to stop working every now and then? I don't know. There's just a lot of little things that kept it from being as polished as I would have liked. And I definitely would have not given them money for that either way. I do think it's a bit bold, regardless of the legality, to ask for any kind of funding if this is the main project they are working on. Because if this was an official release, that I would stand by, regardless of the cool ideas they had. That would be the worst Sonic game ever made.
So, one more thing, because I know that we got to wrap up in a second. But Mark, you know,
Mhm.
Sonic Lost World is a
Yeah.
forgotten Sonic game, you prig.
You saw it. You saw
Of
it.
course I saw it. Of course I saw it.
I saw that video and I was like, "What the fuck? Sonic Lost World's not forgotten."
No, but it is. Think about it. It was a Wii U exclusive for the longest time. People forgot the Wii U even existed, so they sure as hell forgot that game
I know what you
existed.
mean. I get it. I know.
Yeah. So okay. So you're
It's
sorry.
okay, I get it. I'm sorry.
You
Okay.
okay,
Very
gaslight
good.
our guest, man. My goodness.
Nah, man. This is like the coming together of two sides or some shit. I don't know.
Well, regardless of anything else, Mark, we greatly appreciate you stopping by and helping out our tiny little show
I
with
don't.
that big, gorgeous carrot hair of yours.
Ginger.
I apologize for the dog. He just shits everywhere and barks, and he's just how he is. We're trying. And our
Okay.
cat's got big boobs, so you just enjoy those.
Wait, Suris is a cat? I thought it was like a cat girl.
Oh my god.
Otherwise known as the cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, okay? You smart
Okay,
fuck.
look.
A cat. I thought that was like a female cat or something.
But the female is the dominant gene in the genetics, whereas the cat part is secondary.
Wait,
A
hold
girl
on.
cat.
Pup, do you want me to really unsettle you?
Okay, go on. You've got a cat's minge, I know.
I was just trying to think, Mark. Oh no.
Stop it. Stop it. Your microphone's only picking up half of that anyway. There's no point.
Anyway, I've been Nick. You can find all my stuff at Game Apologist, this or that or the other, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Pup, about the same, really. You look up Channel Pup, YouTube, or just about anything else. Are you doing anything more outside of YouTube right now? You did just release an awesome little documentary that me and Suris were partaking in.
I mean, I'm just growing all the time. I'm just, doing what I can to get by. And, mainly just YouTube is the main thing. So, yeah.
There we go. We also, of course, have Suris, who has 2 channels, one of which you guys should definitely go support. He has more of a gaming focus on NekoSuris, both on Twitch and YouTube, and of course his main channel, Suris the Skeptic. Anything specifically you're working on right now, Suris?
So I was working on a whole lot, and then of course I got a Twitch strike earlier this morning, so most of those projects got a very quick stop for a sec. For brief context, somebody mentioned that rubber bullets do the same damage as paintballs, and I disagreed. So I did a quick Google search on what rubber bullet injuries look like to show them, and then Twitch knocked my stream out because, of course, they have a TOS violation against blood and gore. And if you've ever seen a rubber bullet injury, they can be quite bloody. So it's not anything racy or dicey that got me knocked out. There was literally just me going, "Hey, I'm gonna Google search this real quick. Oops, that was a mistake." But as for projects, I've got a few videos that I'm working on for the NekoSuris channel. One is gonna be a sort of an In Defense of the Deadly Six type of thing. As much as I don't like them, I think there actually is a very useful purpose for their characters. And the other one is a Klonoa video that I'm in the middle of working on that I'm halfway through the script of, but I just can't seem to find the time to sit down and continue scripting, which kind of sucks. And I'm also playing through Resident Evil Village and recording my playthrough of that for a potential video in the future, but that one's not planned yet because I haven't finished the game yet. So those are the only main projects I'm working on at the moment.
Awesome. Of course, our very special guest, Ellis Mark. You can find him on Ellis Mark and his good friend Splash Dash if you want something a little more Sonic flavored in terms of YouTube. Anywhere else or any projects you're working on right now, Mark?
All the projects I'm working on, there's not much known. I'm currently trying to make I haven't even said this. This is an exclusive to the Sunset City podcast. I'm working on a pilot actually right now, like a little animated short.
Really? Holy
Yeah.
cow! I want to ask you a bunch of questions now.
Oh, sure. Go for it after the thing ends, I guess.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So that's I don't know when it's coming out. I ideally end of the year, but if it doesn't come out then, I'll like delay it to the summer of next year. But I'll put out info on that whenever I'm ready, I guess. So look forward to it.
Oh, is your latest video the Mitchells versus the Machines one?
Yeah, don't watch it. You'll get angry.
I haven't even seen the movie yet.
I got like 15 minutes into it. It was very pretty. I see what you're talking about in terms of the humor, though. It just wasn't resonating with me. I might jump back into it to see how it plays out, but I don't know. I didn't like the daughter character very much. I wonder if I'm just getting older. But I was like, that dad seems really nice, and
he was.
I don't know why she's being such
nice.
Yeah. But whatever. I mean, again, I'm going off of 15 minutes of viewing. It was gorgeous, regardless. So I'll watch it at some point. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So if you want to go support any of us, you guys know where to find us. We'll have links below in the YouTube description and in the podcast stuff. If there's any places you're looking for this show, be it Audacity or God, I'm spacing. Point is, if there are any podcast things.
What are you, 50 years old? You can't view podcasts on Audacity.
You can. What are you talking about?
Audacity's the fucking app you record with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That's an audio recording app, Nick. You geriatric fuck.
Oh my god. Oh, you're right. You're right. What's it? Oh, this is Audible. It's on Audible. That's right.
No way.
I told you I'm getting this thing out everywhere.
Everything except Apple.
Shut the fuck up, both of you. Let me finish. If there's any podcast service that you guys are looking for us and you can't find us, let us know, and I will make it happen. Apple's a problem. I'm working on it. Outside of that.
And one more thing. If you're listening to this on YouTube, do us a favor. Click on the ads. Just click on them. You know.
What?
Or rate us on your favorite podcast service. You guys know how to support creators. So if you want to support us, you know how to do it. We're not going to waste your time with any more of that. But that's been our time in Sunset City. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you to our guest, Ellis Mark, for popping by. You are, of course, welcome back anytime. If you just want to get there, we go.
Out of here. Get the fuck out.
All right, bye.
Oh no, just left.